welcome to another exciting episode of Becoming a Product. I am Naya, as usual, your host for today, and I have another special guest coming to talk to you today about API product management. I hope to be blown because I've always been interested in this topic. And without wasting time, hello Adenike here. How are you doing today?
Naya, thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you too?
I'm good, I'm fine. How's work been?
Work's been good. I mean, work has been good. We thank God.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, thank you so much for joining us here today. If we could just get a little bit of an intro into your background before becoming an API product manager and how you made the switch.
Okay, so background. I'm one of those people who wanted to become a medical doctor and ended up studying microbiology and then started working as a laboratory scientist. You know that story. And then, so yeah, that's pretty much how I started out. So lab science. And then soon after, I think I did lab science for about 2 years. And then I transitioned fully into tech. Started out as a marketer, as a content marketer for tech organizations. However, being just the marketer was not really doing it for me. I wanted to know, this product I'm marketing, how was it built really? And what's the design behind it? How did they build this product itself? Then as a marketer, you have to sit with, the engineers and all of those stuff. You just be hearing like engineers are the ones doing the work in the background. And then you're just so curious, how did they really build this product that just, I'm the one marketing it. And really that was how product management came. Then I took my course and yeah.
Sure. So why API? Why you chose it and how you transitioned to it?
Okay, so API, I feel like a lot of product managers are making sure that they are technically sound. And just to say this, you're doing amazing. Please don't beat yourself up. Just keep improving. So, API in the word, application programming interface. So there's actually no software application right now that doesn't use it. So you can, personally, what even got my interest in it and the whole technical nitty-gritties of product generally was my first full-time role as a PM. So I had to assign tasks to my engineers, right, and the developers on my team.
Yeah.
And then, but for me, assigning tasks was not enough. So I wanted to know, like, if I say, today you are using 5 weeks, so an engineer comes to tell me, okay, for sign-up page, I'm going to be using 5 days. I didn't just want to be that PM that will go and write 5 days on Trello or 5 days on, I don't know, whatever task management tool you are using. I didn't just want to go and write, sign up. So I was like, hey, engineer, you'll be doing sign-up page for 5 days. Can you tell me what you will be doing? Like, what is the process of building the sign-up page that will take you 5 days? And guess what my engineer told me? He said, I didn't care, you know understand. Just write 5 days and forget about it. Hey, oh my God. That was the point. That was the point where I said, no, I need to know about this thing. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know when, because then I just started my first full-time role as a PM. So it was part of my role, but I gave myself time. I didn't start immediately, but it was part of the I said, I must know this thing. Before you know what's happening, 6, 7, 8 months down the line, I took my first software development course. Hey, come and see me speaking API languages for my engineers, because I was so pumped. And anyway, it wasn't insultive though, but my God, come on. No, I don't just want to be that PM. So yeah, that's how I started. Learned everything I want to know about APIs and technical parts of products, really, generally. Yeah. So that was it.
That is a very inspiring journey. And it also shows that sometimes I also have that same feeling, like Me, I don't really have like a full PM role yet, but even the projects I've done, when they keep calling out some words, I'm like, what are you talking about? I have to go to Google to go and research. So, in your experience, how important is technical skills as opposed to non-technical skills in for you to be a successful API product manager?
Okay, yeah. So it is very, very, very important. So a lot of us for PMs, which I don't believe, I feel like now we are trying to do better. But before, I just feel like PMs are so relaxed and they will just say, let engineers just do their thing. I mean, now we are not dragging the road with them. I mean, they will definitely do their thing. But it's important so that when an engineer comes to tell you, oh, they want to call an endpoint, or you are having a discussion with them and you are able to say, okay, why is this thing loading slowly? And they said, oh, they are calling one endpoint, it's external and all of that stuff. And then you can really guess what they're saying. You can follow up with them. I mean, recently I wanted to make a content about the amount of time I spend in meetings. I've been in a meeting with my engineer for nothing less than 6 hours. Like, we were just, saying it back to back. Imagine that time. I didn't know everything, but I was just so pumped that I will make my research whenever they say something. So you want to be able to follow up. You want to be able to do the basic things, the basic things. Probably when you type in your name, oh, where does it go? You want to inspect the site. You want to know what your website is doing. That would now help you as a PM to be able to communicate some things, of course, to your customers and everything. So I would say it's pretty much important just to be able to follow up, because you are interfacing with engineers, you are discussing with them. So, but to be able to follow up, I mean, you might be blessed to have an engineer that would calm down and explain things to you. But there are some engineers, hey, they will not even explain, they will just be speaking. And somebody was telling me recently that engineers, they feel like they intentionally make you look like a fool because when they are saying something, that they expect, quote and unquote, that you should get and you're not getting it, and they say, oh, don't worry. And then they go ahead to code rubbish and you don't even know. So it's pretty important just to really, follow up, and be able to, and be able to relate with them. But
yeah. When I had started transitioning there, one of the classes I attended, they mentioned it that even though you have transitioned from like a non-technical background, just learn the basic steps, just so that when you're conversing with them, you can understand what they're saying.
Just learn basics. Nobody expects you to know everything. They don't even like it when you are forming, oh, I know everything. So that's not our job.
So you mentioned that while transitioning, you had some courses that you did. Could you share some of those resources, like courses, books, or communities that you found helpful? And if there's any specific skill that we need to focus on?
Okay, I think the first course I took, apart from, and we can't let go of this, there are resources online. See, don't limit yourself as PMs, really. There are resources online. Just, I browse a lot. I use Google a lot. But I took a course, they call them API product management. So there is a course, I have the certificate self. I don't know if I've posted it on LinkedIn. I've so been off LinkedIn recently. So, yes. So there's a course, API product management. And also for my software skill, I took a bootcamp with Tech for Dev on software development. And of course, three weeks was not enough for them to cover everything. So I still had to go back and go take my own personal courses. I took another, I think, a code language. I took Next.js course on Udemy. They also have API product management courses that you can take as a PM. Yeah.
Okay. Any specific skill?
Oh, definitely. You want to learn about where do I start from? So your technical skills really can range from just, being able to at least know what happens when you type www.something, right, on your browser. It can just range from knowing what backend means, from knowing what endpoint means, from knowing what front end actually means, because it will even help you, while writing your roadmap. So you are able to say, oh, your back-end people, coding the endpoint, while your front-end people, calling those endpoints to make it show, on our own face or your user's face. So yeah, it can go as simple as just learning some of these things, right? And just really, just make sure Google is your friend. That's what I always tell people. Make sure that Google is your friend. Who fight with you. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I'm also, I noticed something down. I'm trying to read that out.
Okay.
A moment. Yes, you can also learn what database is generally, what API means from what we're talking about, what staging and production environment. So as a product manager, you'll be hearing things like, oh, staging, things like production environment. This is where, of course, staging is where all the old testing and everything is done before it is now pushed to production that your users are going to use. And then you can learn, what does pull request mean? And stuff like that. What does deployment mean? When your developers are saying, oh, we've deployed this, oh, we've pushed this, and all of that. Yeah.
Okay. Very, very good and excellent recommendations. I also love YouTube though. YouTube and Google, that's my own resource.
YouTube is resource place. As a PM, just make it your friend.
Yeah. So let's talk about challenges. Have you faced or did you face anyone while transitioning to API?
As an API product manager, is really trying to keep up. So that would be the one challenge for me, because there's a lot. As I go forward in product management, I realize how big the calling is. Let me use the word calling, so that we can know the magnitude. So you are able to translate what your product team has done or spoken about to your engineers, and make sure your engineers are coding what your customer can use, and make sure this thing your customers can use that you have built is earning you money. So you are organizing everybody, you are interfacing with everybody, you are managing the entire product. Like so I just feel like that's one major challenge for me, being able to carry the load, and understand where your place in. Like something I told somebody recently, as a technical PM, I even want to make a post about it, that you are not even, the mistake people make is, oh, technical PM, you only be talking to engineers. No, you are as close to your engineers. Currently, I'm as close to my engineers as I am with my customer success team. So I'm building with my engineers, but what is the goal of building and your customers cannot even use it, right? I mean, what is the goal of spending so much time? You're meant to build something that can make money for the business. You're not just building because you want to build something that is aesthetically pleasing, something that is good, and something that works fast and smart. Isn't really solving your user's problem, right? So managing all of these things together and, combining it and making sure they all work together. You're like the wheel, making sure these things work together and everything. Yeah, that would be one challenge that I've faced. And of course, I've been ensuring that I'm able to understand every aspect of the product, every aspect of the business, everyone that is involved in making the product to thrive and do well in the market. So that's one way that I've been able to overcome that challenge. Another thing is communication. So I've interviewed people who feel like as introverts, they can be product managers and everything. So you can be an introvert really and still communicate. So for me, it wasn't easy at first communicating ideas to, everyone, because ideas is everywhere. Ideas be flowing in people's head. But you are able to communicate that, okay, I get this idea, amazing, beautiful idea. However, we are not throwing it out yet, and all of that stuff.
Sure.
And then another challenge would be stakeholder management. A lot of people are not able to, personally, not even a lot of people. Let me come home to myself. So being able to manage people, well, I wouldn't say that was a major challenge, but it was still something I, found quite challenging at first. Yeah.
Okay. I laughed this one because when you call introverts, I'm like number one on that list. But I had to train myself and put myself in situations where I had to speak up. So it's a skill that you need to train yourself to do. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Adenike. Asking my guest, if someone wanted to transition, what is one advice that you give the person?
If you want to transition into from where to where are we transitioning to?
If you are interested in API product,
Oh, be open to learning. Yes. My advice would be open to learning, because you would learn in the most unusual places. Even the courses you take sometimes might not even give you the answer you are looking for, but be ready to learn. That's one major advice. I mean, engineers talk when they want to. Be open to listen to them. Be open to hear what they're saying. Be open to see what they're doing. Probably your engineer is just doing something fast, rush. And you're like, wait. Can you show me? Or can you just explain what happened there? Oh, why are we having this? And you're curious, right? So let your mind be open. Yes, be open to learn.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming today to share your experiences and insights with us. I really learned a lot during this episode. So you guys, if you learned anything, you can always share in the comments. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. You can reach out to Adenike, or you can even send me a voice note on Spotify. And as usual, I'll see you next week. Thank you, Adenike. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Naya. Bye.